Brand new movie opening this weekend called Goodrich, starring Michael Keaton and Mila Kunis. Looks like Michael's drowning a little bit. To talk about it, I have today writer director Hallie Meyers-Shyer. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. I'm feeling great. Michael is drowning in this movie a little bit.
Speaking of which, you're the writer director. Let's talk about this movie. Tell us all a little bit about it.
So it's about an art dealer played by Michael Keaton who has a gallery in Los Angeles that's facing some financial troubles, and his wife leaves him early on in the movie, and they have two 9-year-olds, and he's always been the backup parent to that second set of kids that he had. So he leans a little too heavily on his daughter from his first marriage, played by Mila Kunis, for support, and she watches him become a great father to this second generation that she had always hoped for.
Wow, what was it like working with Michael and Mila?
It was incredible. Honestly, every day they're both such good people and so talented. When you're a writer, you're at home alone writing these words, and all you can hope for and dream about is somebody as talented and wonderful as Michael Keaton or Mila Kunis to say them. And they just brought such heart and soul to the script. It was incredible every day, really.
So where does this filmmaking come from?
In You tell me.
Weren't your parents involved? Didn't you learn
Not
from your parents?
My parents were not involved in this movie, but both of them are writers and directors and producers in their own right. So, yes, I grew up with a great deal of respect for what they did, and I grew up a lot around film sets and a beautiful film education.
Tell us the inspiration for this particular movie.
Well, my father remarried and had a second set of children after he and my mother broke up, and it was a confusing and complicated thing for me to digest. And ultimately, I love those kids and we have a great relationship now, but it was hard at the time. And I thought that was an interesting thing that I hadn't seen on screen before. And once I started digging, I noticed that a lot of people had that experience.
What would you say, Hallie, to aspiring writer and directors who are watching the film and watching this interview? What would you say to the younger ones who are looking to get involved in this?
I would say there's a lot of pressure for young people to write or make films that they think are going to be successful, the kinds of movies that you see in theaters, and you want that kind of success. But for me, the real key to it is writing what's most personal to you, what story you think you can tell best, and not what you think people want to see. So, be true to yourself. It's kind of corny, but I think it's really the truth.
I think that's good for everything. That's definitely. Been speaking with writer and director Hallie Meyers-Shyer. So the movie is called Goodrich. You can see Michael Keaton drowning and it tells you a little bit about the story.
It's a
Hallie,
comedy. He's drowning in a comedic way.
thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
Thank you so much for having me.